Just clearing my throat, y'all. Everything's okay. About to start here in a second.
Making sure my computer's plugged in. Oh my gosh.
Are you ready?
We're running late.
Yeah. This happens sometimes.
I feel like call to action.
We can only hope to be that late and that awesome.
All right.
That didn't make sense.
Butt kisser.
Woo!
What's the Son of Fanatics? Yes, the tagline.
That is awesome right there.
Woo, buddy.
That
your intro
logo worked. The intro worked.
How many of these are we going to do where we freak out about the intro working or not working?
Well, here's the thing. I think I got it figured out now.
Yes.
I think I got that down. I figured out the bug and the problem, fixed it, ready to go.
Oh, that's so good. What's going on, guys? We're the Cine Fanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And we are back with another tagline this week. It's our 4th episode. We made it to 4. We somehow survived.
We're surviving everything.
We're surviving everything, and we made it to 4.
Still stuck in the apartment here, but we're surviving.
It's not like we don't actually leave. I mean, we both... Well, I didn't today, really.
Yeah.
We both have essential jobs.
Essential. We are essential. Yeah, that's just weird. Yeah. So what's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing out there? Thank you for joining us for another Quarren stream.
It's never going to get old.
It's never going to get old.
It very much is already old.
Yeah.
It's already old. Everything about this entire thing is already old.
Yeah. So did you see the tweet I sent out earlier?
No.
It was like, all you people at the beginning of this year that said you had 20/20 vision, you need to go get your dang eyes checked. Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying a lot of it. Can we just reboot this year? Just restart it?
Yeah.
It's 2016. You miss me now? Yeah.
This past week was the worst year ever.
Exactly. Let's get all this out of our system because this has been a terrible...
We all know how it's been. We all hate the current situation. But here's the thing. This is, again, we've said it before. I think we said it last week. This is completely unprecedented. So, therefore, we're all experiencing this at once. And, yeah, it's just really weird to sit through.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, the last couple of days have been kind of... I've been doing this, literally, the last few days. Like, yesterday, sun was shining, and I was feeling pretty decent. Today, I haven't really left the apartment, so I'm kind of... You know, if you don't get out and get that sunshine where you can, you don't get that vitamin D in you. Jokes aside, you don't get that vitamin D in you, then you don't. You kind of feel down for most of the day. That's kind of where I've been. So I need to remind myself to go for a walk or something.
Yeah, except they just announced today.
In a couple hours from
It's
now.
actually in a couple of hours. The city of Austin and like a couple of the surrounding counties
Locked down.
are going to be, was it shelter in place?
Stay at home.
Stay at home, shelter in place. I guess the same thing, roughly.
It's not really shelter in place. I'm in the middle of the sidewalk. Shelter in place.
Yeah, let me throw a cardboard box over me.
Stay at home.
Yeah. Jake Alcavetta. Oh, guys, these guys again.
That's right, Jake. It's us again.
We are the guys that are on this camera, on this setup, on this channel.
Danny Costas here. Danny, welcome, Danny. I don't think you've been in one of our streams yet. So
Oh yeah,
welcome.
And we just completely glossed over that Kelsey's already been making comments.
Yeah. And
Hi, Kelsey.
Kelsey's one of our long favorites. Kelsey's good.
Yeah. So I would say, like, this episode, of course, there's not much movie news really going on. So this was kind of like a just ask us questions, pry answers out of us. Just let us know what you want to know so we have something to talk about.
There's some movie news that happened today, but it's like literally just one story.
Yeah, there's a couple, like, I guess, weird random things that kind of sort of affect movies, and then some. Yeah, there's a couple that actually are about movies themselves.
There's a couple things we're going to talk about, but for the most part, this is just going to be a hangout stream, which I think we're going to end up doing a lot of until we can leave that door safely.
Yeah, who knows what's going on weekly, day to day, week to week at right now. So, so some of the, like I said, we wanted to make this where we're just answering questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the first one, we got one from Kelsey.
Why did I bring this empty bottle over?
Good job.
I literally almost made it into the trash.
That would have been awesome. Too bad we can't catch that on camera. We've only got 2 cameras. No one's going to see that.
I'm not good at sports.
Yeah. We got a question from Kelsey as to, like, what are we doing? What are we up to during this whole, like, quarantine, coronavirus?
Not a dang thing.
Well, I mean, so, again, we're both still working because, like you said earlier, we are both essential.
That's so weird. I do a gig economy grocery delivery. The only reason it's essential is because I'm bringing people their groceries so they don't have to leave their home.
Yeah, so how is that when, like, you go to the grocery store and there's, like, lines of people outside the grocery store?
I haven't done it yet where I have to wait in line to actually do it for the job. I have had to wait in a line for my own groceries, and this wasn't in the morning either. This was, like, at 6 something in the evening. So the grocery store's hours right now are 8 to 8, so I had to wait, like, at 6:30 in the evening to be able to get into the grocery store. But I only waited for, like, 5 to 10 minutes, so it wasn't even that long, but... as far as what I hear for actually doing my job, if I'm just picking up some deliveries just to go, not even doing the shopping myself, I can just go in, grab them, and go.
Yeah.
I'm in and out. That's not really a big a deal. But man, I'm honestly I'm kind of scared. And I say that loosely. I'm not scared to necessarily get the coronavirus myself because I'm young and healthy. I'm scared that I'm going to get it and then pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah, without even knowing. Because apparently there's, like, a good couple of days, like, gestation period that you could potentially pass it on to someone before you yourself even know you have it. So,
So I mean, there's that situation, and, like, yeah, it's just kind of everything's just nerve-wracking right now.
Yeah. And then, like, on mine, I know, again, I work at a cable store, which making sure you have cable TV and internet is essential.
It's communications.
So...
especially right now when we can't go anywhere or talk to anybody. Yeah.
So what's weird is, unfortunately, there's not too much that we can really change as far as the setup. I work in an actual store. We have a lobby. Customers come to my store, sign in, and then wait for us to call them up, and then we help them.
This is more for y'all because I know how his job works.
Yeah, typically it's a lot of, like, I'm returning my cable box, I'm here to pick up a modem, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I am directly interacting. People are handing me things, I'm taking things, I'm handing them back things, and then we're both sanitizing our hands with the bottle of sanitizer that's on my desk. Yeah. But it's just really weird because, and I've been trying to figure out how to word this over the past week because, unfortunately, because of this, there are a lot of people that are out of the job. I've had people come in that have had to reduce their cable bill, like whether they're getting rid of cable TV or they're just cutting back on certain amenities that they had with their cable service. So it's really sad. It hurts that this is happening, like, across the country. It's widespread right now.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm happy. I'm blessed that I've got a job that allows me to keep going. And I worry about talking about that because I don't want it to sound like bragging.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm in a position where I'm still interacting with the public. Yeah. We are stay at home, shelter in place, whatever you want to call it. My store is still open. People can still come by.
I keep using that term. I don't think it means what you think it means.
It means what the news wants it to mean. But it's weird because people are still coming in, and you can tell most people are completely okay with the fact that these times are changing. So, and then some people just have no idea. They're like, "Hey, how's it going? Let me shake your hand." I'm like, no, back off!
Don't touch me!
No touchy, no touchy.
You hear that Space Ghost, that Brack song? Don't touch me!
Yeah,
yeah, we're making Space Ghost references here. I'm gonna jump in the chat here because there's a lot of people talking, and we want to talk about all the people. So Danny says they're currently locked down in New Jersey, and he's currently without a job for it. So sorry about that, Danny. Jeez. Yeah, like I wanna make sure like we really like touch on like, hey, if you're without a job, that's and our hearts are with you right now. Like that's because like I'll even say like the job I do is barely even a job. Let's be honest. So like I'm even scared to go do that. It's literally just a sign up and go do the job. It's a gig economy. So like even that, like I'm terrified to even go do that right now. It is what it is. But yeah, if you had a job and you don't have a job now, that's super rough. I'm so sorry. Mike Deacon, he said, "Who's challenging Jake for Dogma?"
Yeah. So apparently,
I've seen that movie once.
Apparently, on another stream the other night, I guess Jake challenged you, and you're like, "Yeah, you'd win that one."
You'd win that one.
And then I was immediately like, "Yeah, but you'd lose against me."
If you're challenging somebody on that movie, then I would have to assume that you've seen it more than once, which means you probably know it better than me.
Yeah. Honestly, I would like to take on Rachel Silverstream in Kevin Smith movies.
That'd be wonderful.
I've talked to her quite a lot. Both of us have a lot of Kevin Smith knowledge, and like she's just about as eager to like play Kevin Smith trivia as I am.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a fun match if we ever got that chance. But yeah, that would be a fun. I'm not saying that Jake wouldn't be fun playing Kevin Smith movies or at least Dogma on, but. Yeah, I just want to play Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah. Alex jumped in the chat. Wonderful mod, Alex Shawshek.
Mm-hmm.
Saw Lucas was here also, so I got to shout both of them out.
The Shawsheks.
The Shawshek Redemption.
The Shawshek Redemptions.
He said, did you answer my question yet? We haven't actually gotten to the questions yet, so you're still good. I have not answered it yet.
Do you know what the question is? Because I just tried. Okay.
Yeah, it's under the Call to Action podcast on Twitter.
Okay.
She asked it to under mine when I retweeted the thing.
Okay.
Fabulous television you got right here.
Yep.
Me describing things. Brett Walton. Welcome, Brett. Thank you for jumping in here. Says Onward will be available on Disney Plus April 2nd.
I highly recommend that movie.
So glad that we spent money to go see it.
Yeah. In a theater.
Look, first of all, I'm glad we're supporting filmmakers, even if Disney has all the money in the world.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad we spent money on that when it's available on Disney Plus.
I think
weeks later.
Well, like I think The Way Back just came out on streaming today. If you want a good movie to watch, Way Back. The Way Back was fantastic.
Way Back's probably top of my list so far this year. It's up there with at least Bad Boys 3.
Well, I mean, it's only up there. It's only competing with like 5 other movies that have come out so far this year before they all got canceled. So
there's been more movies than that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Mike Deacon dropped in a super chat for us, which we super appreciate. He says he's out of work but wanted to send some love. Mike,
thank you,
very
sir.
much appreciate it. That's very generous of you. Like, out of work, $5 is super, super generous right now. So very much thank you for that. Very much appreciate that.
Apparently Mike Deacon also wants in. I'm going to guess that he wants in on the Kevin Smith trivia. And not in on what I'm drinking, although he might want in on what I'm drinking too, so.
Let's we gotta find a way to make that work.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Wait, Alex over at the Call to Action, they set up like what's the word? I'm blanking on it. I love blanking on things when you're live.
Thingy.
Yeah, when exhibition. There's the word. Thanks for helping me there.
You're welcome.
You should set up exhibition matches. You should set up one between you and Rachel. Like, I don't know how much Christian would appreciate that or not, but hey, it'd be fun.
I would like to wait till we get like actual confirmation from like Christian, like, hey, can we do this? Or
yeah, I would actually like to wait till everybody can go to the studio and do it, and then you can actually compete with Kevin Smith on it too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, let's not do that. I don't want to compete with Kevin Smith. I want to compete with people who like Kevin Smith.
If you lose to Kevin Smith, do you really feel that bad about it?
No. But the thing is that...
And if you beat him, do you really feel bad about it?
Yes, because I don't want to beat Kevin Smith at his own movies. That would suck. Yeah. You know how badly I would get labeled on the internet? Like, whoa, the guy that took down Kevin Smith at his own movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like going to play sports against someone who plays sports professionally and me beating them at that sport. Whatever sport that is, I don't know. I don't know sports. I know movies. That's why we run a movie channel, not a sports
It's
channel.
like if you started playing football and you took Tom Brady out of the Patriots yourself. Oh, is that touch it yet? I don't know. I don't follow sports.
Who's Tom Brady?
Exactly.
Oh. Anyways, Alex,
says-
let me host it.
I'll prep everything. Hey, if it can happen, I'd say make it happen.
Yeah, that would be great, but I hear Kevin Smith has a very busy schedule.
Well, yeah, that part aside. We're not gonna-
Oh, no, I know Rachel's down for doing Kevin Smith matches, but again, there's some, like, red tape we got to go through to make that happen, potentially.
Honestly, Rachel would know better than us right now, so if she says nah, then that's a nah. But if she says yeah, then that's a yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a ya would be a ya. Good job there. English 101 on this channel.
Look, I'm doing the best I can right now, guys. The energy is low for me tonight, and I'm just trying to... Here's the thing, I'm not even drinking, and I'll be honest, I've been like suffering from like some solid heartburn the last couple days, and alcohol only grows that. As much as I wanted to have some beers tonight, because that's what you do on the corn streams now. Not happening.
Yeah, so... I guess other movie news. That's what we're supposed to talk about.
Are we at that point in the show? We're only 16 minutes in.
I know. So other movie-related news. It was announced today. Yeah, it was announced today after a week of everyone on the internet debating, and luckily this was resolved before it got to us. Otherwise, we'd probably be debating it too right here on this very program. That Wonder Woman is going to be getting pushed back.
I thought you were going to talk about Iron Man 3 versus Thor 2.
Oh, no, we could talk about that. Iron Man 3 versus Thor 2.
Quick conversation.
Thor 2 is like the worst movie, easily.
Of the entire MCU. Which, here's the thing. I still like Thor the Dark World.
Yes, I do too.
I feel like it and Iron Man 2 are actually tied for probably the worst of the MCU. And they're still fun. They're still fun movies.
Yeah.
They're not like cinema masterpieces like maybe the rest of the MCU is, but they're still fun.
So my only question on this Iron Man 3 versus Thor 2 debate is, why did we take out Iron Man 2? Like, I don't know. Iron Man 2 is fairly weak as well.
We just assume it's great because Jon Favreau directed it.
Yeah, but
Shane Black got Iron Man 3 though.
Yeah, but it is still kind of weak. I mean,
Shane Black is competent.
Yeah, but well, unless he's doing a Predator movie. Ooh. Or directing a Predator movie, not starring in a Predator movie. If he's starring in a Predator movie, it's fantastic.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. I kind of takes maybe a little bit of the stance that Christian takes on this, where Iron Man 3 is a good movie. It's a great movie. Mm-hmm. Maybe not a fantastic MCU movie. But the thing is that upon rewatching it a couple times, I actually really appreciate it a lot more now than when I first saw it. When I first saw it, super disappointed about the Mandarin stuff.
Yeah, that was really upsetting. And then like kind of like how they did Killian at the end.
And Killian was super cheesy.
The thing is, like, I will go on record. I'm not a huge Guy Pearce fan. I think the only thing I really, really liked Guy Pearce in was Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
That movie is fantastic.
Yeah, he was all right in Bloodshot.
He was in Bloodshot? Oh, yeah, he was in Bloodshot.
Yeah, dude.
The last movie that we will ever see in a movie theater.
Yeah, that upsets me so much that's the last movie that I've seen in a movie theater. Like, I need this whole thing to be over as quickly as possible so I can go back to the movie theater and redeem myself for that.
Yeah. So, otherwise, yeah, not much of a... Oh, okay, no, I will go back. I also like Guy Pearce in Memento.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Because Memento is a fantastic movie.
How did you forget Memento?
Brain fart.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, so... I mean, I think Iron Man 3 is a great character study for Tony, at least. But
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just to build on his character.
Essentially.
He's the heart and soul of the MCU. I mean,
well,
for the most part, yeah.
Up until this point.
Now Spider-Man is.
for a little bit longer.
Until Sony finally does take him back and like, no.
Yeah. Anyway, I hijacked that. What were you going to say? Movie news.
So Wonder Woman 84 got pushed back a month, or so
a month,
like a month or two.
Was it supposed to come out in July?
I think it was supposed to come out in June. It's got pushed back to August.
Yeah, it's August 14th.
Now here's what's weird about that. August, out of your summer months, And if you consider the fact that lately, over the past like decade or so, summer months have started including April.
Yeah.
Like April has now become the place where you like broadcast a blockbuster to kick off the summer movies.
Yes, but also more recently, there's blockbuster movies in pretty much every month of the year.
Yeah,
so
I mean that's evolving as well.
you have to go back to summer starts in May at this point.
But specifically, just for if we're talking about the summer movie season,
Yeah.
April, mid-April or so is usually when it's starting to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe if Fast and Furious 9, that was supposed to be in May, or no, that was supposed to be in May. I believe it was supposed to be in May.
I thought it was supposed to be in April.
If it was supposed to be the end of April. I thought it was supposed to be the end of... No, it was supposed to be the end of May, because we already bought the tickets ahead of time.
Yeah, we're brain farting over here because quarantine.
So, the thing is April is pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
Easily August is the end, and August is typically reserved as, like, the graveyard of movies that we think could be blockbusters, but they're just going to be gigantic turds.
Usually where the blockbuster horror movie goes.
That too, and usually it's not that good of one.
Except for It.
Well, It has been in September.
Yeah. Okay,
I think
so if it's not August,
I think both the It's have been in September, so
both of it.
both of it's.
Both of it.
So August is, again, that's generally just the graveyard of just terrible summer movies.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to push Wonder Woman 84 there. Now, I know we're pushing it there just because they still want to release it in theaters. They don't want to release it to streaming.
Which is still a good decision. I mean, Wonder Woman's one of those movies that you do need to release in a theater.
But how does this change, again, the format of how movies work, how the world works? I mean, I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm pretty sure everyone would agree, that this is just going to be an exception for just this year. If everything goes perfectly fine in 2021, which here's hoping at this point.
Yeah, we're in March of this year. Who knows?
If everything goes fine in 2021, we might be just back to normal where it's just complete crap in August of next year.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, so that's the biggest thing. I mean, you're talking about movies shifting around and moving around. That's going to be hard for them to do, like, reads in the box office. Are people going to see this movie because they wanted to see it, or are they just going to the movie because, hey, we can finally go to a movie again?
Yeah, and that's going to be a thing. There is a huge wave of, like, what all places, what all things are going to see an immediate impact from, like, hey, everyone, you can go back out in public now.
But also, if a movie doesn't do well, is it because people are just generally still scared to go out in public, even if the government's like, hey, you're good, don't worry about it?
Possibly. Again, this is uncharted waters. We've never been in this kind of a position, so it's going to be weird. This will be a character study. This will be an Iron Man 3 of the United States of America, in that we're going to see how people react.
Well, we're at the point where all the suits are about to be exploded anyway, so...
Yeah.
I don't know what that metaphor means, but take it what you will.
And the bad guy might not actually be a bad guy. He might be an actor.
It's a virus.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this all turns out. The one I've been thinking about all week, and I've been specifically waiting for this show to bring up because I think this is hilarious.
Have you not told me this? You seem excited.
I probably have.
Oh, okay.
Is that when you go back now and you watch disaster movies, where it's like end of the world scenarios, even if you go back and you watch Contagion and Outbreak, which are about a virus, like, we're going back and watching these movies like, that's not what happened. Or now when they make disaster movies like this going forward, you're gonna see, like, you're gonna be judging this now because, I mean, we're living something I wouldn't say this is necessarily end of the world here, but
no, we're not going through an apocalypse.
This is as close as the human race has probably ever gotten
in quite a while, anyway.
Like, yeah,
at least not since what, World War II?
Not since like biblical times, the plagues and everything.
You're talking about that. I was thinking like World War II type stuff,
But what's going to be funny is we're going to see these movies and something's going to happen. Say like aliens invade or whatever, and everyone's like, we got to get to the shelter. We got to get the kids. No, completely unrealistic. First thing they need to do is, we need to get the toilet paper. That's, if a movie does not say, we gotta quickly grab all the toilet paper. I'm calling BS.
No, wrong. They didn't go after toilet paper.
They didn't go after the toilet
Incorrect.
paper. This movie did not actually happen, right?
No, I mean
That's gonna be on CinemaSins too.
For sure.
Ding! Didn't grab toilet paper.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're literally looking at a situation though where what was I saying? Lost my train of thought already.
We're talking about toilet paper.
No, no, that's not. I never talk about toilet paper, not till recently. Talking about a situation where a lot of people are actually losing their jobs through this, which sucks. But all I know is that this guarantees that Roland Emmerich will have a job going forward for years because he's going to do like a whole trilogy of movies off of the coronavirus.
I don't want to see what Roland Emmerich is going to do with this.
Somehow the coronavirus caused earthquakes and volcanoes and tornadoes. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
So that was my thought like this whole week is like, how is this going to change the landscape and the stories of movies?
Man, we're going to get so many coronavirus movies. We really are.
So I did catch a little bit of Mark Baby Carrots Ellis did a like bar trivia episode on his channel.
He's doing those like almost nightly now, I think.
Yeah, they're like I caught a little bit of it. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
But that's just a very entertaining gentleman right there.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And like right at the beginning, he was talking about like I guarantee that they're gonna make movies off of this, and that's what I was saying. It was like, man, could you imagine like movies? We have movies that are based off of 9/11. There's a couple of movies based off of the Boston Marathon bombing, Patriots Day, which I thought was really well done movie.
The Littlest Thing gets movies now.
Yeah. So that's where I was like, this is going to be possible. There's going to be a lot of coronavirus movies.
Yeah.
There's going to be probably like another outbreak type movie about virus. They might not directly call it coronavirus, but it's going to probably follow along a lot of the lines of what's happening in our country or the world right now. So you're going to have something like that. Mark Ellis brought up that there's going to be a rom-com or something, which his take on that, if y'all got to go over to Mark Ellis's YouTube channel, go check that out. It was
the
his
first one, right?
It was his first bar trivia episode. It's right at the very beginning. He's talking about that.
Yeah.
His pitch for that is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to be at least the Netflix movie that I think he was talking about. Like, Netflix, buy this idea off of me. That was hilarious.
He was not wrong.
No. So you're going to have some kind of action movie, some kind of a rom-com.
We talk about this. Like, honestly, everybody is quarantining themselves. They're isolating themselves right now. There's at least 100 people right now who are trying to write screenplays about their experiences right this second.
That's possible.
It will be greenlit by the end of the year, provided everything goes back to normal, say, by June.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Normal.
Yeah.
By June.
Again, depending on what normal's new definition is since then.
Yeah, so I mean, that's we're gonna start seeing these movies go into production probably next year. Is it too soon? Absolutely. Yeah. I don't want to experience this anytime soon after it's done.
If I remember, I'm trying to think how quickly was it? And someone in the chat, feel free to look this up if y'all want, because I don't know off the top of my head. But how quickly was a movie made that was based around 9/11? Because I know you had World Trade Center with Nicolas Cage, and then there was United 93 done by Paul Greengrass.
I feel like United 93 is the
I think United 93 came out like, I want to say it was within like a year or two.
That's fine,
maybe,
because you're telling a heroic story of the people who were on that plane. So that's fine. Get that story out there. That's awesome. But as far as like experience, like this is a global thing. Like any of us wanting to even experience this in movie form again anytime soon. Probably very slim chance.
Yeah.
I'd put that on like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
First.
So I don't know if there was like really any other movie news. I know there's one other piece of news that's not really movie, but I mean kind of sort of in a very loose way that I believe we can roughly talk about.
Well, my note app is not working and I wrote all this stuff down in here.
Well, I already know what it is if you want me to bring it up.
I just wanted to read exactly what I wrote. But yeah, it's we're talking about the fact that Rosario Dawson has been casted as I don't know if it's been confirmed yet or if it's still a rumor that's out there, but she's been casted essentially as Ahsoka in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
The first live action Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah. So the reason I bring this up is because there was a Clone Wars animated movie. So therefore, we're still talking about movies-ish. And that Rosario Dawson has been in movies.
Yeah, you're trying to
I just want to grab some news from something about somewhere.
You're trying to justify why we're talking about that. And we're supposed to be movie. We're justifying it because there's not movie news right now.
Yeah, I just want something. I want to talk about something. I like talking on here.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna do my whiny voice. I want to talk about something.
Please don't. No one wants to hear that.
That almost went Seinfeld.
Nobody wants to. What are you doing?
I'm not trying to do Seinfeld. Christian already does that.
Yeah. What are you talking? That's almost like, what are you doing? Doing the Sebastian also.
Sebastian. Notice we're not saying his last name because we just don't want to butcher that on.
Maniscalco.
Okay, good job. What are you doing?
No, so this news of Rosario Dawson. Here's the thing.
In a world where toilet paper no longer exists.
One man has to find a way to wipe.
One man, one roll.
One man, one hand.
There's no coming back.
This summer, wash your hands. 20 seconds.
Wash your hands.
A little bit longer than that. No, so Rosario Dawson, here's the thing. Not my first choice. Probably good for my second choice, though. My first choice at this point is still Ashley Eckstein.
The one who does the voice of her in Rebels?
In Rebels and Clone Wars.
So I have not made it all the way through the Clone Wars TV show. I haven't even made it all the way into the first season.
You have plenty of time.
I got a ways to go. Well, I do if I didn't still have to work. So I mean, unfortunately.
Yeah, but how much content are we putting out right now?
And that was going to lead me nice way to jump into the next topic.
You're welcome.
This was going to lead me into.
Wait, we're not even done with this topic yet.
Yeah, we are. We're good. Rosario Dawson's playing Ahsoka.
No, I definitely had more to talk about.
On this one, Rosario Dawson?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Drink your drink and shut up.
I will. You talk.
So, first of all, her appearance in The Mandalorian is being touted right now as potential backdoor pilot for an actual Ahsoka Tano live, actual show featuring her. But then there's also talk about Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger also being in The Mandalorian show, which, here's the thing. You haven't even gotten through Clone Wars yet. You haven't even gotten anywhere close to starting Rebels.
He's talking to a blank wall. I have no idea who these people are.
You haven't even gotten close to starting Rebels, so
Yeah.
you have zero idea what characters I'm talking about right now. They're from Rebels. Sabine is actually a Mandalorian. And if you were paying attention to that Darksaber deal at the
She's the one that's holding the Darksaber.
She previously had the Darksaber. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's talks of, I believe it's Sasha Banks has a role in The Mandalorian, and it's being rumored right now that maybe she is playing Sabine.
Why does Sasha Banks sound familiar?
Because you've probably seen her at some point or another.
Oh.
She actually looks like she could play live action Sabine, which that would be pretty cool. And if they're doing that, I mean, last we heard was that Sabine was off with Ahsoka, I believe. So if they're bringing both of them in and they're supposed to be off trying to find Ezra, again, you don't know these characters because you haven't watched Rebels yet. You got to catch up. You got to catch up with pop culture here, man. Come on.
Yeah.
This all could be really cool. I don't know if they want to actually try to bring Ezra into live action just yet, but there's a lot that they could do here. A lot of characters they've done in animation that they want to bring into live action. I'm all for that.
Yeah. So that would be kind of cool. So, like I was saying, piggybacking off that, you're good?
Yes, you can continue now.
Oh, okay.
With your show.
I can segue this. So, to segue this, like you were saying, we've got a lot of time to catch up on that. Currently, in this time that we have, when we're not really pretty much
this time that we have.
Was that supposed to be like Harry Potter?
We have this time right now.
You need to pick voices that aren't already done by Christian and people on SCN.
That wasn't supposed to be a Dumbledore. If it sounds like him, it sounds like him. That was just like an old regal. In this time that we have.
We need to play, like, what voices can you actually do?
Not Elmo. Don't make me do Elmo.
No.
Brett's got that one on lock.
Yeah, no. We're not trying to do
Brett
Elmo.
Sheridan, to be clear, because I know we have a Brett in our chat.
Yeah. So, the next thing I was trying to figure out is, we have some extra time right now because we're only doing pretty much Schmodown reactions, which that's been reduced to once a week.
It's gonna be once a week, yep.
So those of you who aren't familiar, Movie Trivia Schmodown, movie trivia meets wrestling. It's a fantastic show. Go check it out on the Schmodown Entertainment Network. Like, comment, subscribe over there. Help them out.
Yep.
But we do reactions to those on this channel. We watch it. We play along. We give commentary to it. And
continue your thought. I'm gonna jump in here in a second.
Okay. And yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
So we want to know what else we could possibly do. We've got a couple ideas that we've been like brainstorming. Something else we could do for this channel, especially right now. Things that we may want to do with this channel going forward as well. So something that we want to do not just right now because we have this time that there's no other, like, movie trailers aren't coming out. We're not doing movie reviews for the most part. Although I did see Invisible Man and The Hunt.
Could technically still do reviews on those.
Yeah, technically.
Kind of old now.
But yeah, so I mean, I could do it real quick. Like The Hunt, I kind of like that movie. That was pretty good. I can see why they were like wanting to pull it back and all the controversy and whatnot. But I thought the movie was pretty good. I thought it was, from a political viewpoint, it was both. Like, they were kind of attacking both political sides and opinions.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was pretty well balanced, I would say, but I'm not much of a political person, so take my opinion with politics with a grain of salt.
And just so you all know, so we're very clear, if you want to get to know us and what our kinds of movies are, Hunt, not my kind of movie.
Yeah, no, that's not a movie he would want to see.
No.
But Invisible Man is pretty decent.
Invisible Man I might check out.
You could watch Invisible Man.
You say I can. I would not mind watching.
You can physically watch Invisible Man. You can turn on the movie and sit in front of it with your eyes open.
I'm a grown freaking man.
You were about to say the other thing too. You are a grown.
I was not actually.
Man.
I was not actually going to say.
Yeah, but I mean, okay.
Finish your drink and shut up.
So that movie was Invisible Man was pretty decent. I was kind of questioning like a couple of things, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
But going back and like I guess reading the Wikipedia page kind of helped figure some of that stuff out.
So just like Star Wars, he had to go back and read extracurricular information to find out what was going on in the movie.
Otherwise, yeah, there might have been. I believe that my problem with Invisible Man is there might have been like a moment there that I checked out on, and unfortunately, I did have to watch it in 2 parts. I couldn't sit there and watch it the whole way through because I'm so busy right now. But I don't know.
This isn't The Irishman. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's an hour-and-a-half movie. What's your problem?
I was just saying, I could start The Irishman, and I think we'd actually be through this whole coronavirus thing.
Probably
by
by
the time I
you
get
finish
halfway
it.
through it.
Yeah.
Overriding my joke!
You actually started Breaking Bad, which I know is not about movies, but eventually you got to get to El Camino, which is a movie, so...
Netflix is already recommending it for me, and I'm like, I'm on the 3rd episode. I just watched the 3rd episode of Breaking Bad.
Pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes, Netflix. We just started this relationship. Hold on now.
So, I guess real quick we can briefly mention this. I've seen all of Breaking Bad. I haven't watched El Camino.
Yeah, so you're sitting over like...
Yeah, so I am eagerly waiting for him to quickly, like, get to at least the last season.
Yeah.
Because there's so much good stuff that happens
I can
in the
only
last
watch
season.
1 episode of that at a time right
I
now,
know.
so.
That show is a hard watch if you really can't, like, binge it. But...
And as much as I could use some meth right now during this entire global pandemic...
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Why would you want meth during this?
Don't do meth.
Yeah.
My teeth are already bad enough as it is.
Meth is bad. Meth is bad.
Meth is bad.
You shouldn't do meth, okay?
Alright.
Wow, there's a throwback, if anyone knows that reference.
Yeah, South Park.
I'm pretty sure South Park's still going on, yeah.
So they're calling us out in the chat. So we got to scroll back up. We've missed a whole lot here because you wanted to talk about whatever it was you were talking about.
Yeah, so I saw this.
I'm sure there's some stuff that we actually need to get back to what you were talking about too. But
yeah, first of all, this is all, I guess Mike Deacon is calling us out, but he did actually tell us United 93 was 2006. I thought it was much closer to 9/11 than 2006. Then 5 years later.
Everything in the past starts feeling like a blur after a while. So
yeah,
could be that reason
but
too.
again, I'm still wondering, was that the first movie that came out about 9/11?
I don't know.
Since 9/11, like World Trade Center may have come out before. I thought World Trade Center might have been 2004, but my movie release dates knowledge on World Trade movies are apparently out.
A computer in front of you.
Yeah, but I'm not looking stuff up.
Right.
This is how you interact with your chat.
Right.
They look it up and they tell you, and you're like, "Oh, good job finding it."
Thanks, guys.
Meth is bad, okay? Yep, Tyler, you're right. Meth is bad, okay.
I scrolled back up real quick because at this point I feel like we're just because of how much sparse news there is, we're just gonna go ahead and take questions throughout the entire show as we look in the chat and everything. Brett asked, any thoughts on the Candyman remake? I have 0 thoughts on the Candyman remake because not my movie.
I'm curious as to how it's going to go, and I've heard this comparison so many times, and I will mention it again because it absolutely makes sense. I feel like it's going the route of Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, where you have a central figure. In this case, is what's his name? Yahya Abdul Mateen II. Did I get that?
Did you say the second?
I think that's his name.
Just
Yahya. It has Yahya in it.
Black Manta.
Which he's playing, I believe the character's name is Anthony, who was a baby in the original Candyman. Yeah. The first Candy. You're saying like you're confirming this for me.
I'm trying to make this thing move along.
So
this is not my topic.
It's basically him as a grown adult, and he's trying to investigate what happened with Candyman, and it kind of looks like he turns into Tony Todd's Candyman throughout the course of the movie.
Sure.
It's kind of weird. So kind of like Nightmare 2, where you have the central character. Oh no, I forgot that kid's name. But he becomes, essentially, he's got Freddy Krueger within him that comes bursting out his chest like Aliens, only a lot more graphic. Alien, not Aliens.
Yep.
Garth McMurray, Black Lanta. You're right. That he was Black Lanta. Thanks, Roka.
Not gonna touch that one.
I want a Candyman Willy Wonka crossover, just not with Hot Wonka. Can we do it without Hot Wonka? Yeah. No Brandon Hanna in this.
Hot Wonka. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's enough about Candyman.
Yeah.
So they were calling
MLP is not meth loving people. Dang it, Garth.
Yeah, it's Method Living Productions, and because it's Method, I just have not heard enough meth jokes about that.
Oh, of course. I've heard them, and I don't even own the company.
Yeah.
So we've been challenged. We're being called out about Mike Deacon is saying Bethany and himself versus us, trivia or schmobates or anything. That anything is very general.
Yeah.
Because I am like the 1993 Tetris World Champion. You want to take me on at anything? Let's do that.
I'd rather see you face off Mark Ellis in Tetris.
What? Just because you're like the 1980 apple bobbing champion?
The heck are you talking about? Mark Ellis talks about Tetris, and he even has a Tetris suit. So
his Tetris suit is glorious.
Yeah.
But yes, I am.
Feeling super ADD tonight.
This is really surprising. Yeah, I know. This thing is all over the place, but I feel like it's pretty entertaining.
I'm good with that.
That yes, I am 1993 Tetris World Champion. Look it up, Google it. You won't find anything because it's not freaking true, but I like to think it is.
I was like, how long is he gonna keep this one going for? Yeah, keep going for it.
So one of my things I've talked about before.
What are we being challenged on?
we're being challenged to anything. They just want to challenge us at like any kind of like trivia
or schmobates. I don't know if we can do
baiting.
trivia.
Again,
at least not in a video format on the internet.
Yeah, trivia again with us competing in any kind of movie trivia on
for now, anyway.
For now, there's a little bit of red tape that I don't know.
Schmobates we could do. The problem is that I am just like the host of Schmobates. I really don't want to debate.
Yeah, and I mean, I could potentially debate someone at something, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I will need to talk to Alex about like exactly how the Schmobates works and kind of focus in on what the prep time is type of thing, because I do like thinking my thoughts out.
I can be a guest host between you and somebody else.
You can't, because you're going to be biased.
I don't decide the matches. It's the people who vote and watch that decide it.
Oh, okay. Well, then you could potentially give like some biased opinions though, like, oh, well, that's a good point, brother.
That's true, but here's the thing: if I'm going to be biased, it's going to be against you.
You a-hole.
So,
Garth, Robert is good at Tetris, the Rusky game, you traitor. Yeah, so Tetris was developed by a Russian.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why it makes sense, but it makes sense.
It makes sense because the main theme is from Nutcracker, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, which Nutcracker is a ballet that was famously written by a Russian. So.
Ooh, these are the fun facts you get on this kind of stream tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
what else did we miss, guys?
So yeah, going back to what I was saying like 50 minutes ago, even though the stream's only been running for 46.
So right before we started.
Pretty much. If y'all have any ideas as to like what kind of content you would like to see us put out.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about that.
Let us know. I mean, some ideas, I guess, brewing were like, do you want us to start doing listicles? Or no, listicles are the ones you read. Lists. So, do you want us to do list videos where we're talking about...
There's a simpler word for it. It's just
lists. Do you want us to do lists where we're talking about, like, Robert's top 10 horror movies type of thing? Because I love horror movies.
Kelsey's interested in competing at Schmobates again, so you go up against Kelsey.
At what?
Schmobates.
Yeah. Okay.
You're debating about the Schmodown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see. Do you want us to do stuff like that, or do you want us... I know... So, here's the thing. If you check out this channel, go, like, far back in our playlists, because I don't think it was actually on the Cinefanatics channel when we first started it.
It was originally on
your Method Living Productions. But we have it in a playlist... Which is
just my name now.
Yeah. We have it on a playlist for this channel since it is movie focused. Yeah. But a long time ago, when we first started this channel, one of the ideas that we had was for a series called Fix It Films.
Yeah.
Where...
we did one.
Yeah, we did one at a local comic book shop here, which I know they would love to have us back if we're going to sit here and do anything else comic book related.
I'm going to be the downer here. That's if they survive this thing.
They're okay right now.
They are right now, but...
I don't know if you saw their post. They're closing because of this, but...
Because of the shutdown right now.
And
I'm hoping they survive this, because...
And small-time...
Local businesses, guys.
Small-time comic book shops, yes, they need the help. Because, unfortunately, small comic book shops have a hard time.
Very niche.
So this one is this is an awesome comic book shop. I love the people who own it. I've known them for a couple of years now. The comic book shop's Titan Moon Comics. They're right down the road from us here. Absolutely love them. So if y'all are interested in checking them out, I believe they can take orders.
Decently far down the road.
Yeah. Not that we're telling you exactly where we live.
Decently far down the road.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Well, I mean... You can't find our apartment. Don't try.
Drink your drink and shut up.
I'm gonna have water.
Anyway.
So we did a series called Fix It Films. In our first one, we sat there for like 20 minutes in this comic book shop, which was the perfect backdrop for this, trying to figure out how to fix the the Fantastic Four films.
Yeah.
Which I haven't actually watched our video of that. I know my opinion that I had in that. I remember my opinion, and I feel like my opinion is still pretty good right now as to how to fix Fantastic Four. I want to know, do y'all want to see something like this again? Because,
our
again,
opinions on how to, like, correct a movie that's, or a movie series that's kind of gone off the rails a little bit.
Now, Fantastic Four was an easy one to go to because Fantastic Four has pretty much always been off the rails. It's comic book based, which that's a strength of ours, is comic book movies and comic book knowledge. So it was a pretty safe bet to start that series on. But I want to know, do y'all think that that is something that you would be interested in seeing? Some of this is going to be kind of hard to kind of figure out, like, how it should actually go, just because, like, I want to know how to fix the Friday the 13th movies. Well,
I have no opinions.
You have no opinion. You have no experience in these movies. But yeah, I want to do something like that, where it's kind of like us just sitting here talking about hashing out ideas, but
yeah, there's a lot of interesting ideas that we have for the channel. Like, jumping in the chat real quick, there's Danny said Torchy's mukbang so he can live vicariously through the both of us.
I'm down for that, but the problem with it, and here's the thing.
Are you about to be serious about this?
Kinda.
We can't do it. It's a movie channel.
No, not that serious.
Do it on.
I'm another form of serious. Here's the thing.
Oh no.
Anyone not from Austin will always play up Torchy's Tacos, Jake Acavetta. Anyone who is from Austin, the first thing they're going to tell you is Torchy's Tacos are good tacos. That is a good place. If you want good tacos, that is a safe spot to go.
Want me to cut in on your bit here?
It's the Scorchies that comes later.
It's not good for a season where nobody has toilet paper.
Absolutely. I mean, I know we get the...
Oh, he's talking about poo-poo.
Yeah. We get the... Taco Bell is apparently releasing this Trilupa thing. It's a chalupa taco thing with 3 different chalupa flavors all in one giant shell. Worst time to release that when we have a toilet paper shortage.
We don't have a toilet paper shortage, just everybody's buying it all out.
Yeah. Because they're all going to Taco Bell. But Torchy's Tacos, for a lot of people, not just myself, I don't know how you are, and you don't have to share this information because it might be too much, but it's great for a stream. Torchy's is good, but it doesn't sit well. Yeah. We're brothers, y'all.
Jasper Sitwell.
Jasper Sitwell. Jasper Sitwell. It's gonna get sucked out a window, hit by a truck, and that's what it's gonna feel like.
Kevin Smith is gonna reach in, grab you, and throw you in front of the truck.
Kevin Smith. Anyways,
that
yes.
metal arm of his.
So, yeah, it starts off Torchy's Tacos, but it goes Scorchy's Tacos real quick, like hours. So I do like PC, idiots. Thanks, PC.
Hey, we try.
So, yeah, we could do a Torchy's mukbang, I guess, while talking about this. But I mean, we're not doing a 2-hour-long tagline stream with that.
It's gonna be a lot heavier on the muck than anything.
Another thing we're looking at doing is we do want to pursue creating a Patreon for this. And
yes.
I'm the one who runs this. We are wanting ideas of what you would like at the tiers. So we are going and looking at everybody else.
Yeah.
But the thing is like comparing like us starting a Patreon to someone like, say, John Roca, who is much popular than us. Yeah. Action Industries.
Yeah.
Much more popular than us. So I'm not exactly sure.
More established in the space.
Yeah, we're not established enough. What kind of content or anything could we bring to a tier level to get people to sign up?
The kicker here is that, again, we're both trying to work jobs day to day, daily. I'm doing essentially a side gig to make ends meet while trying to get my business off the ground and going. So it's one of those situations where once this thing is over, there's limited time in the day to be able to sit down and kind of work on these things. So what kind of content can we put out that's worth getting on a Patreon tier for? And it would have to be probably something more monthly than anything.
Yeah.
And we'd probably only be able to maybe rock like 3 tiers from the top.
I'm thinking maybe like a $1, $5, $10. Am I pushing the luck with a $10 tier?
I would say like 1, 5, and 20.
Okay,
No,
I mean,
1, 5, and 10 is probably the best place to
so
start.
Danny Cost is saying like a Google Hangout watch along. That was something that we had. Yeah. That was probably one of the biggest ones that we had thought about, was doing movie watch alongs. Yeah. But I'm
not side commentary to them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not exactly sure. Like movie watch alongs are, at least in my mind, because I haven't watched too many of them. Mm-hmm. But what I thought of is you're watching the movie with us, in which you see us just sitting on probably the couch with the Joker poster behind us. Yeah, and we're sitting there like, huh, that was cool. What I actually want to do is a commentary. If we know anything about that movie, if we have trivia facts. Yeah. I mean, like, if you want to do a movie watch along with me in regards to Shawshank Redemption, because I will talk about Shawshank Redemption all day long. Yeah, that's something I would like to do. Now, here's the one thing that just dawned on me, because you mentioned horror movie, and Shawshank Redemption actually is another good example. Is if we do something like that, well, no, if it's a watch along,
this is happening in real time, folks.
You're watching my thought processes in real time. I guess that's okay.
It's entertaining as mess, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, my thought was, like, we got to figure out some way to, like, edit out the cursing, because we don't curse on our channels. But,
probably not that big.
You're not going to the way I'm thinking we're going to do a watch along, of course, you're not going to hear the audio of the movie. We're going to probably be wearing headsets.
You can't, because it would be demonetized immediately.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is for Patreon, so that's okay if it's...
If not demonetized, it would be... The video itself would just be taken down. But... YouTube is weird, and it's really weird right now. I'm surprised we're actually still rolling.
Yeah. Nothing has been
watch your
caught on this. Yeah. So, which that was actually funny. Tagline number 3 last week. It wouldn't allow us to monetize it for some weird reason. I had to tell it, like, hey, someone go and manually check that. And they're like, oh yeah, there's no problem with that video. Go ahead and you can collect money off of this video now.
Thanks for that. You lost money in the process.
No, I think they were just holding on to whatever money could be. It's weird how monetizing. Right now, YouTube is a plethora of all kinds of crazy confusion. Yeah. So,
speaking of monetizing, we got this link right above my head. It's for Streamlabs. If you have not heard of Streamlabs, which I believe most of you probably have at this point, streamlabs.com/cinefanatics. That is where you can drop any donation that you want. We do prefer that over Super Chat, just because YouTube takes a portion of the Super Chat money. I still have not yet set up the PayPal. I actually literally just started looking into it right before we went on tonight. Haven't really set up the PayPal for it yet, but anyway, yeah, Streamlabs.
Feel free to donate money to Streamlabs, just like Kelsey Kirkland did. She donated $5 to Streamlabs, saying, you guys make amazing thumbnails and logos. Do you have training to do that, or was it all self-taught? Kelsey, I will reach out to you about your... I've watched your videos on your channel so far, so I'll reach out to you about that. So
as far as like the thumbnails goes, he makes the thumbnails for pretty much all these videos, and you've been doing it in kind of a different way.
I'm slowly I'm building my skills on that.
Up until just recently, the way you've been making thumbnails isn't necessarily able to be replicated by most people, just because of how you do it and what software you're using to do it.
Yeah.
So it's he'll talk to you about that.
And speaking of thumbnails, and it's going to be kind of a weird plug, I guess, at this time. I did do the thumbnail for Video Drew's new...
Yeah, this is an interesting time to plug that.
Yeah, I know, because it's going on right now. But Video Drew's new series Cinema Bias.
Yeah.
So I did the thumbnail for her. It stars her and Alex Shawshek, who was in our chat but is probably gone because she's probably over there doing that one now. So their first, I guess they're doing a thing where Drew Grant is getting Alex Shawshek to watch a movie that she normally ordinarily wouldn't
say
watch.
Her full name every time.
Yeah.
Drew's getting Alex.
She's going to get Alex to watch a movie that she probably wouldn't normally watch on her own without some kind of coercion.
Yeah.
And Videodrome is definitely one of those movies that
I will not be watching.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite, if not, it probably is my favorite David Cronenberg movie. I am eager to go find out what's going on with Video Drew and Alex over there on that.
Fortunately, you gotta wait till we're done here, and we're still going.
Yeah, so we're still talking about this, but I'm doing the thumbnails for that series, so self-plug, I guess. Sort of.
Backdoor plug.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun to do just because I love Videodrome, and I'm eager to hear Video Drew's opinions of that.
Yeah.
So
where else I was? Oh. So first of all, I want to do a shout out real quick. So Garth is in the chat now, and so is Tyler. Tyler's in the chat as well. I just wanted to call them both out because those are two of our greatest fans. I mean, call them fans, supporters. Supporters is the right word. I know
it's kind of weird feeling like we have fans.
Yeah, we have supporters. We have people who are supporting us. That's what I'll go with. Have been two of our biggest supporters, so I just wanted to call them out and thank you guys for being in the chat. Even if Garth is saying things I need him to shut it on.
Well, no, he's also saying a multi-layered Patreon MLP. That works. What did he say that we need to?
Don't worry about it.
After you eat Torchies, have a good book to read. I mean, that was me. Like as a kid, I'd always I would be in a frantic scramble to run to the bathroom, and I'm trying to grab like what comic books I want to read. So I'm quickly flipping through my comic book box, like, oh, I want to read this one, and this one, because I'm going to be in there a while. So I knock out like 3 comic books or so.
Hi, welcome to the Tagline, the show where my brother tells you his bathroom habits.
I mean, what's
also that? The tagline's the name of this show.
Welcome to the Tagline, the show where the tagline is the title. Everybody poops.
I'm out.
Gar says he's a Cinefanatic fanatic. Here's the thing.
Done.
Eventually, I would like, if this channel was to grow, what do we call fans of this channel?
Fanatics.
Cinefanatic fan fanatics? Cinefan fanatics?
Where do we draw
just
the line?
Rolls off the tongue.
You're a fanatic of cinema also. So you're also a cinefanatic. That's
what I was originally going is we'd just call everybody cinefanatics. But
I don't know. Here, like we're just putting literally everything on you guys tonight. So why don't y'all go ahead and let us know about that too?
We'll make that a Patreon tier. At the $25 level, you can suggest.
At the $40,000 level, you can tell us important things that will stick on our channel for the rest of.
Why 40,000?
It was a number. It's a very high number that nobody's gonna choose.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so we'll go back up through the chat. We'll, I think, question time. I mean, there's not really anything else to
This
talk
whole
about
episode has been question time.
We could talk about Schmodown a little bit, too. There's a little bit of Schmodown stuff to talk about.
So,
also.
Alex, who's, again, probably not here anymore, asks, can you summarize the Faster and Furious franchise in 20 minutes?
This is for somebody who has gone on the record and said that she watched, like, the first one back when she was, like, 8 or something.
Yeah.
Or 12 or whatever, and hasn't watched any of them since. She doesn't care. So, can we sum it up? We sum it up by family and Corona.
So, here's the thing.
Not the virus.
Here's the thing. Do you actually want to, like quickly sum up each movie? Like, Fast and the Furious.
I think she was
Cars.
I think she was legitimately talking about, like, an idea for one of her videos on our channel is summarize a whole series.
That might be kind of cool, too.
It would be.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that idea. But just for funsies right now, Fast and Furious, Cars. Too Fast, Too Furious. Tyrese.
Earning that paycheck.
Earning that paycheck.
Earn that paycheck, Tyrese.
Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. Huh? Wait, what? Fast and Furious. All right, I'm ready for this again.
We're back.
That's cool.
We're back.
Fast 5. Awesome movie, best of the franchise. The Rock. Fast and Furious 6. No more cars.
This better have a good punchline.
Fast 7.
Tears. Just tears. Fast 8.
Charlize Theron.
Fast 9.
Who knows?
We'll let you know whenever we get to see it.
Whenever that movie finally freaking comes out, we'll let you know.
And Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. Wow.
That was fun.
So real quick, Garth McMurray donated $1 Streamlabs. Here's $1 to get a drink to wash down the torchies. I would love to see videos about how you make videos and lighting and other equipment and how you do the special effects. I want to start doing reaction videos myself. It would help to teach me.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I'm not exactly sure. So pretty much all of the Cinefanatics videos that we do, with the exception of when I'm in extreme crunch time, like at work and whatnot, pretty much all the editing I do.
Yeah, I did the Onward and the Way Back.
You did
Reviews.
You did the editing for the reviews of Onward Way Back, which were really good. I'm really proud of those reviews.
Oh, I'm really proud of you and your ability to edit. I taught you how to edit. Shut up.
I'm not saying that you have crap editing skills, but
yeah.
But yeah, that might be interesting to do. I don't have a setup for how to do it quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that is something I would like to.
We don't have a very we don't have a space in this apartment that's very, like, you can't utilize areas in this apartment too well. Or you just gotta clean up your bedroom.
That too. So here's a real quick fun, like, little behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
This is our dining room.
Yeah.
This is literally, like, right over here is our kitchen. And back there is the living room where we shoot, like, all the other videos with the Joker poster and everything.
And your cat currently sleeping on the couch.
Is she on the couch?
Yeah, that's her normal spot now.
That cat is so cute.
Anyway. Yeah, so there's not really, like, good space to utilize in order to do it. Otherwise, we would have to use our bedrooms for that. And I don't feel like cleaning anything up right now. Hence why we're both kind of a little shaggy.
Well, so I'm actually growing
Which you cannot tell on the video of me at all, because I guess I'm trying to grow a beard or whatever this is.
I actually am growing a beard, so this is like this is a good, like, 3-week beard. So what's funny is I actually started this.
Kelsey told you to clean your room.
I'm one of those, like, people that, like, you're like, when they say, like, geniuses have a dirty bedroom. I'm a genius, I have a dirty bedroom. Anyways, I'm also not humble about anything. Was that not funny?
Arrogance. The arrogance of that man.
Anyways, so I started growing, like, facial hair before everyone was like, oh, hey, there's a coronavirus, let's all grow a beard.
Yeah, last July.
I feel like I'm ahead of that curve a little bit. Chris said Shaggy with all that brown V-neck. You actually do kind of look like Shaggy at this point.
Hey, Scoob!
Hey, Scoob!
The same time as me.
Well, I mean, it's a matter... Okay, so we got to figure out who's better at doing a Shaggy voice. Hey, no. Oh, God, don't go off that one.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
That's pretty good.
Over here!
Raggy?
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 This is what this stupid live stream has turned into.
Well, I
so
mean,
upset right now.
Here's the thing, like...
Send in a Streamlab.
To what?
Send in a Streamlab.
Send in a Streamlab to get us to stop doing stupid voices.
Yes.
So SEN, you send in a Streamlab to do the voices. On our channel, send us, because we're just gonna do stupid voices now until someone sends in a Streamlab.
All right, bust out the Marvin the Martian.
The Earthling took my P-32 modulator. After him, stop that Earthling. That's my best, like, impression I do, is Marvin the Martian. Someone flushed that toilet. I went to Torchy's earlier, and this room does not smell good.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I wouldn't mind, like, doing like, kind
new
of like
sign off will be, yoinks!
yoinks.
Yoinks, Scoop! Here's what's funny. It kind of a little bit about Shaggy's voice. Granted, Shaggy and Robin from like Super Friends were all voiced by Casey Kasem, popular radio DJ of like the 70s, 80s. Mm-hmm. What's funny is Casey Kasem has a very distinct voice, and he changes it for Robin and Shaggy just a little bit.
Yeah. What's
funny is you could do a Shaggy impression, but you can't do a Casey Kasem impression.
No.
Yeah, and that's what's hard. Hi, this is Casey. No, I can't.
No,
I'm not even. I can't even imagine
Why would
how
you
to do
even
it.
try? What's wrong with you?
Because I want to look stupid on camera.
Oh,
It's
you're doing a great job.
Oh yeah. Oh, good job. Good for you. Good for you. That was our Christian Bell impression right there. But
Car said not as bad as Roxy doing Yoda. I want to her impression. So her impression is Yota.
Yota
or something like
instead
that.
of a D.
Because Yota, I am Yota.
What
sounds like that when she does it.
Yoda's good.
Yota. I can't even do. Her is so top notch. I can't even do an impression of her doing an impression of Yoda.
Every time I do like the Yoda doing Yoda's laugh, I always feel like that's like the first time Yoda's ever like looked at a Playboy magazine.
Oh my gosh.
He's just opened up.
Alright, so the new character on the Cinefanatics channel is Perv Yoda.
The pervy Yoda.
The pervy Yoda. Yeah.
Come to me, you will. Maybe not that far. Pervy Yoda.
No, I don't. For family friendly here.
So donate $20 to not hear Pervy Yoda. How about that? That's where we're going in the direction of this one. And yep, no one's donated $20 yet. So
alright, so I got to keep up with Pervy.
So we got to keep up with Pervy Yoda.
Honestly, we'll just take another $1 for that.
Let's not shoot for the moon here. I mean, we'll start small.
No, that's funny. Gosh, I think I could answer that call to action podcast now that Alex isn't here.
What?
That question that she sent on Twitter.
Oh, we still haven't answered that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Alex.
Yeah. I assume she'll watch this on the replay. It might be assuming too much.
I promise I'll make you look like good in the future cinema bias thumbnails. That one was actually a lot of fun because the picture of her for the Videodrome thumbnail, she was wearing the blue jacket and I had to turn her blue jacket red. That was a lot of fun just because I love the fact that like my skills have gotten that so much. This isn't something like a normal person who does any kind of graphic editing would brag about, but at my current level, given what my skills were even just a couple of months ago, there was no way I would have figured out how to change a blue jacket to red. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So quick, let's pool our money together. Garth, dang it.
Garth got us again. Dang it, Garth.
So we got a 99-cent super chat from Audrey. Audrey. That's awesome. Thank you for that super chat there. No comments on it, so feel free to ask a question if you would like, but
yeah. Drop a question in there. Ask away.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Call to Action podcast, so Alex gave us this question. If you could have your pick of any director to make a movie of your life or one experience you had, who would it be?
Ooh.
She would choose Sofia Coppola, which
for
is
herself.
a fantastic choice for herself. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a great choice.
I barely you just asked a question. I didn't know this question ahead of time. Mm-hmm. You just asked the question. I immediately there's only one director I had in my mind for my life.
Frank Darabont.
No.
Oh.
No, not the one who did Shawshank Redemption. He did good on Shawshank Redemption. I'll give you that. But
Zack Snyder, release the Snyder cut of your life.
Oh God, no one wants to see that. There's only one I could think of that I feel like could do my life. And here's the thing.
I already got mine.
This is completely
And
subjective.
you'll be able to guess mine.
This is yeah, it's gonna be Christopher Nolan.
Okay, maybe you're not. Go ahead with yours.
Denis Villeneuve.
Keep going.
This is completely subjective because unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, the general public doesn't know my life. They don't know what I've been through. They don't know what I've seen and lived and had to take in.
You don't know the things that I've seen.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the trouble I've been in.
Yeah. So mine I'm going to have to go with, and unfortunately this isn't ever going to happen because he passed away.
Oh.
Stanley Kubrick.
Ooh.
I feel like so here's the thing. Given the seriousness, you look at the seriousness of movies like Clockwork Orange and Full Metal Jacket, and then also go back and look at
Dr. Strangelove?
the comedy of Doctor Strangelove, and I feel like that just mentioning those three movies, kind of.
I'm feeling that.
I feel like that kind of.
It'd be a very different project because it's gonna be a more personal story than
maybe a little Eyes Wide Shut. No, just kidding.
Okay, stop drinking now.
It had to be mentioned.
No. So yeah, it would be a little bit more of a personal story. I'll get to it in a second. It'd be a little bit more of a personal story because it's going to be the life and times of you. So it'd be very different than kind of the other films that he's done. But I think you're right. A fair mixture between some of the serious tones and then the comedy of Doctor Strangelove, I think would be pretty fitting. I think that's a good choice. Would you like to try to take another guess as to me? And no, Garth, it's not David Lynch.
So here's the thing, like,
Raise my head.
Unfortunately, I need to dive into some David Lynch movies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm familiar with his work, but I don't think I've actually watched any of his movies, which is a shame because there's a couple of them I know that first of all, I need to see and I desperately want to see.
Yeah.
Based off of what I know of David Lynch, I would have said, maybe, kind of, in certain circumstances, maybe. So, oh no, yours is gonna be a Damien Chazelle.
Got it.
Yeah, so
nailed it.
Nice. Garth McMurray said Uwe Boll.
Garth, you're really cooking my grits right now.
Your life is just complete shit.
Did you chill out? Jeez. Just shut your camera off. That's not going to change the audio.
No.
But yeah, Garth really trying to cook my grits right there. That Uwe Boll.
With that Uwe Boll pull. Yeah.
David Chazelle, think about a mix between La La Land.
Okay.
Which there's some fun in that movie, as well as think of the.
I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but I get the fun of it. Yeah.
Think of the storyline aspect of that one. Someone who's trying to achieve their dreams and stuff.
Someone who wants to be with Emma Stone. I get it. Yes.
Is it weird that I just want to be friends with Emma Stone? Like
you're like, I'm not denying what you just said.
She just seems like a really cool person that I would just want to be friends with.
Yeah.
I also want to be friends with Ryan Gosling. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
But no, the dreamer aspect of La La Land mixed with some of the at times it feels like the intensity of Whiplash. Maybe not directly somebody like yelling at me. I'm not on someone's tempo.
Yeah, I would say this isn't my tempo here.
Yeah.
Maybe
because otherwise my life right now just feels like a Safdie Brothers movie.
That's a good pull too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's at times I feel like I'm in a Safdie Brothers.
Which you haven't caught up with Good Time yet.
No. My opinion of Safdie Brothers is completely based off of
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
So yeah, I went back and watched Good Time just because of having seen Uncut Gems.
So you know my life. Would you see some parallels in that potentially?
Yeah, if the whole movie takes place in your head.
So yes, there's definitely some parallels there.
Not outside your head. Outside of your head, no. But inside your head, yeah. If the whole movie, if we're doing like a Pink Floyd's The Wall,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reaching for that.
That's Alan Parker.
You doing that like inside your head kind of a thing,
Oh, yeah.
and then make it a Safdie Brothers movie. But
Ooh.
then color it with a little bit of Stanley Kubrick. Then I think we're right on you.
Oh, you just gave me a really good idea. That sounds good. Yep. I like that. Actually, I really like that.
I knew you would, because I referenced Pink Floyd.
Yes, but now here's the thing. Quick side note: what if the Safdie brothers? Anyone who's familiar with the Safdie brothers and Pink Floyd, I want to throw this out. The Safdie brothers, they do essentially a remake of The Wall, but instead of it like the way the Wall movie was done back in I think it was 1980, Alan Parker. You've seen that. I forced you to watch it, and you were like,
"Not my movie."
I want to see the Safdie brothers do a take on that, but a more realistic take. Maybe not necessarily using the music, but actually telling the story of that concept album.
The imagery is all going to be fully practical. You're not going to have any kind of like crazy, wild CG stuff. So I don't know how you're going to get a bunch of
worms,
hammers dancing and stuff.
Hammers dancing and worms and stuff. That would be interesting. If any of y'all in the chat, if you're familiar with Safdie Brothers and Pink Floyd The Wall,
we're asking for a lot here.
Tell me that's not a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
which I'm pretty sure Garth is probably the only one who would agree with me on that.
Basically, what happened is I just stumbled upon something I would never watch.
Absolutely. But
I have a solid respect for the Safdie Brothers. I liked Uncut Gems more than Good Time.
Mm-hmm.
But I respect what they were doing with Good Time. So that's what tells me that I do actually really like movies, and I belong in this space because I liked Safdie Brothers movies, which is they're not movies for your casual moviegoer.
Mm-mm.
People who, like our parents would not be on board
absolutely
with any of the
not.
Safdie Brothers movies. They'd just be like, what is this garbage we're watching right
first
now?
of all, I know our mom would turn off Uncut Gems within the first probably 10 minutes and be like, nope.
I don't even know if she'd last 10 minutes.
Yeah, she'd probably watch the trailer and be like, no, that's just not interesting. Our dad would watch.
He'd give it a shot.
He'd watch Uncut Gems, but it would not. I don't think he would actually like it. He'd be
I don't think he'd last all the way through it. He's not a fan of movies that have a slower pacing to them. I don't think he'd make it all the way through it at all.
Yeah. That's a good choice though for.
Yeah. I mean, feel free to combine someone else with Damien Chazelle to. What does Dagnino say? Kazik? Well, that's Chadwick Boseman, but what was his Damien Chazelle one? I know he messed up Damien Chazelle too.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, fun. What other director would mix well with Damien Chazelle for my life? I'm just really on this kick now. I'm sure we can get to some other questions, but
yeah, but this is fun because
I'm gonna make sure Alex goes back and watches this.
This is personal here.
I'm gonna make sure Alex goes back and watches this.
Wait, she was the one who asked this question?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she needs to watch this. Other than I can see since I've known you all your life.
Go figure.
By the way, for those who are wondering, I'm the older brother. I can see Damien Chazelle directing your life.
And it's not even just because I like La La Land at this point. It's probably my favorite movie.
Who else do I see that could potentially have a hand in it if you were to split it up?
Brad Bird. That's a random pull. I'm thinking anybody from Pixar.
I mean, yeah, if you were to do a Brad Bird, Andrew Stanton type of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of John Woo? No.
Right.
Let's not throw that one in there.
Gar says I could call Patty Jenkins. I would be honored.
Damien Chazelle and Richard Kelly make it weird. Okay, so you know who Richard Kelly is?
Remind me.
Donnie Darko.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's a good one. Thank you, AJ Lancaster, for that.
I don't know if we could do that because I'm doubting my own commitment to Sparkle Motion at this point.
Garth said Bobcat Goldthwait or Rob Zombie. Definitely not Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie does not.
Not Rob Zombie. Not for your life.
No.
Bobcat Goldthwait. No, I'm going based off of. So he did a movie called God Bless America, which was about. Starred one of Bill Murray's brothers, and he became like this complete cynical type of person. Here's the thing: inside knowledge. I actually really liked that movie. That was a good movie because I don't like what he did, what his character does, because he kind of goes like on a murderous vendetta. But the points that he makes some pretty valid points in it, and it reminds me of a more logical version of Falling Down.
Okay.
With Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
You've seen that one.
I've seen. I don't think I've actually watched it all the way through.
You need watch that one's good.
Stop calling me out.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Sorry. This is in an effort to help push you towards watching movies.
Yeah, it's an effort to get our movie channel shut down because there's movies I haven't seen.
I haven't seen Casablanca. Give me a break.
I have.
Yes, he has.
I actually went to Alamo Drafthouse and saw it on the big screen. I feel like I've said this on the stream before, but
that would here's the thing: if I had the opportunity to see Casablanca on a movie screen, I would probably jump at that.
I legitimately got some friends together, like, "Hey, you guys want to go check out Casablanca? Drafthouse is showing it," and they're like, "Yeah, that'd be cool."
Yeah, but I do like that God Bless America movie, just because it's in the same vein as Falling Down, and I love Falling Down. I think that's one of Michael Douglas's best movies ever.
Yeah.
That and The Game.
I love The Game.
The Game is phenomenal.
The Game is so good.
I could kind of see like Bobcat Goldthwait's directing ideals, but it's only based off of that one movie that I've seen from him.
Yeah.
In that I would say he's good at pulling like realism in but still making it look like it's in a fictional world.
Mm-hmm.
Because the movie looked fake, but the things that character was like rallying behind was pretty realistic.
Yeah. PC and Garth have completely turned against you, by the way.
That's fine. I mean,
you need to watch Casablanca. You outed yourself. You did that.
Well, and I'm okay with that because I want something like this channel to help push me towards, like, I really need to catch up on these movies.
Takes a lot of time though.
But here's the thing, this is public. You can go to my Letterboxd account, Robert Adams MLP.
Yep.
Same as my Twitter, same as what's down below my name here. You can go to my Letterboxd channel and see what's on my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
What I need to see, what I haven't seen already. And I guarantee you, as big as my movie knowledge is, that's gonna wow some people. Like, dude, you should have seen that like by now easily.
It's possible to know a lot about movies that you haven't seen. Just ask Ben Bateman.
Yeah,
he studies a lot of movies he hasn't seen.
No, I know a lot about movies I haven't seen.
Yeah,
I could answer questions about Casablanca without actually having seen Casablanca. So, like, for example, Claude Rains is in Casablanca. Claude Rains was also the Invisible Man. The only reason I know Claude Rains was the Invisible Man is because I like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that's mentioned in the opening song.
Is it also because Garth literally just said that in the chat?
Oh, he did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that coincidence.
So we know his ability to read is there. Let me move over to Streamlabs real quick because PC did drop in a Streamlabs. PC $5. Thank you so much, PC. She said, "Not like La La Land." That's on you. That's pointing at you.
I know.
Wow, that hurt. I know what Adam's brother I like better now. Favorite spots in Los Angeles?
Now, here's the thing.
She likes me better than you.
And that's fine. I've only seen La La Land once. I saw it in the theater and I was like, eh.
Now that was my problem. When I first saw La La Land, I was not thrilled because I wanted the ending to be a certain way and it wasn't. Then I watched it again and loved it.
So, and that's happened with me. The first time I watched Big Lebowski, for example, Not a big fan of The Big Lebowski. I was like,
Yeah.
this is just weird and stupid. Then I went back and watched it again, and I picked up on the nuances of the movie. Then I was like, this is really good. And then from then on, I've had more of an open mind with the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
Like, another thing where I'm going to, reveal something here. I only just recently, within the past couple of months, watched Fargo.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. Fargo was fantastic. But I might need to go back and watch, was it Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I remember I've watched the first couple, like the first maybe 10 minutes of that, and I was like, I can't get into this movie. I might need to give that one another play, especially because it's also a musical, and I like musicals. So, Nerd Chronic. So that's Eric Rodriguez, the editor of the Schmodown.
Read that, and I'm going to get to
Claude Rains was also the name of the invisibility-powered character on Heroes, for those who remember that show. I remember Heroes. I watched the entire first season of Heroes.
Yeah.
And the ending to the first season I felt like was really lackluster compared to what they were building up the entire time. Yeah. And I think I gave up on that show.
Welcome to the Heroes channel.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, let's actually answer PC's question, because she asked the question, we didn't answer it. Favorite spots in Los Angeles?
Oh, yes.
I think we can safely just nail down one right off the top.
Yes, we can, because we like food.
Yeah. Philippe the Original.
Philippe the Original. The roast beef sandwiches with that spicy English mustard on it. And you gotta, if you ever go there, if you're ever in LA and you want a good, that's good roast beef sandwich, you gotta get it sopping wet. Yeah. So they have, basically what they do is they put roast beef on.
You got them started.
I know. I could talk about food all day. I love food. I love cooking.
I would like to actually bring up the Schmodown at some point, so don't.
We got to do that too.
Don't go too long on these rolls. They're good.
So they put it on a roll, and then they just dip it into essentially the au jus, which is the juice that the beef has been brewing in.
They dunk the sandwich and then you eat it. It's good.
Well, you say they dunked the sandwich in what? Hawaiian punch? That's gonna be nasty.
They dunk the sandwich in meat juice and it's good.
In meat juice.
Yeah, it's a French dip. Yeah,
it's a French dip. They dip it in meat juice. It's fantastic. So I know right off the bat, first and foremost, almost every time we go to LA, that we try to hit that place up.
We weren't able to do it for the draft because we dropped in, went straight to the draft, and then left.
Yeah. So for the Schmodown draft, we were there like less than 24 hours.
Pretty much, yeah.
We flew in, went straight to the draft. We got there just as it was starting.
Yeah.
Roughly.
The awards.
We partied on Sunset with everybody, and then
slept for a little bit, and then
we slept for about 4 hours, and then buggered out of town. Got back on a plane, and we were back in Austin.
So suffice it to say, I need this coronavirus stuff to be over because I really want to go back to LA.
I miss going to LA. I loved LA.
I want to do a week in LA. I want to hang out with everybody in LA for a week. And good Lord, I need this coronavirus thing to go away. For many more valid reasons, first and foremost. But me personally, I want to go back to LA.
Paul Denuzio dropping in to hit like and give some love, but definitely watch back later. But click that like button, man. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, PLD, for that like.
And it is a thing.
Yeah, PLD is definitely
a thing.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of weird because we're so integrated with all these other channels where we have this thing.
Yeah.
Paul Denuzio is from the Call to Action podcast channel. He goes by PLD, so
yeah,
it's something that we really enjoy those people. In fact, pretty much almost every.
What do you mean those people?
Those people.
What do you mean those people?
The Call to Action people.
Yes.
Most of them are moderators on this channel. So if you look over in the chat, I'm pointing in the wrong direction.
You're still pointing in the wrong direction. I'm pointing in the wrong direction.
I don't know how to point. So the chat over here, off to the side, everyone who's in blue. Everyone who's in blue is from the Call to Action podcast. We respect those people. Yeah. They have done a great job on their channel, so therefore, we respect them as moderators of our channel.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to go psycho crazy on us.
Kelsey says she misses LA too and wants to see us.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to see everybody again too. Like, yeah, I want to hang out with Kelsey. I want to hang out with Danny and Paul. I just want to hang out with everybody.
PC asked like what all places in LA we like. We talked about Philippe. I think I like, with the exception of the crowd, I do like the Pier.
Santa Monica?
Santa Monica.
There you go.
I do like Santa Monica Pier because I like going all the way to the end. That wasn't the problem. He just took my bottle of whiskey away from me.
I feel comfortable about doing that, but you don't have the cork in there.
Yeah. So...
You don't like the crowd, but...
I like going all the way to the end.
And just hanging out.
If you go to the end of the pier where it's just all open Pacific Ocean, I absolutely love that. That is gorgeous.
All open Pacific Ocean.
Specific Pacific Ocean.
It's a very specific ocean.
Yeah. I love that view there.
Yeah, I really want to explore more of the Santa Monica area. I feel like we still just haven't done a whole lot of that. We've only done really the pier and just kind of like that beach area. There's still a lot more to experience over there. So I really did enjoy Sunset, going to doing the draft at the Comedy Store. Mm-hmm. And then hang out at Saddle Ranch and all that. Yeah, I really like that area too.
So that was the thing is, like, for those of us that know the movie Trivia Schmodown, this is a good segue to talking about the Schmodown.
Yep.
I didn't know Saddle Ranch was as popular as it is. Mm-hmm. I didn't find out until, like, a couple of weeks ago, that apparently Saddle Ranch is
the spot.
Is the spot to go to on Sunset.
You good?
I'm trying to breathe here while in between taking drinks of stuff.
This is fun.
So I didn't know it was that happening of a place on Sunset.
God, you're old.
I guess. I don't know.
I didn't realize it was that hip. All the kids are going
I didn't know it was hip. All the young'uns are going there.
All the young'uns.
So that was a lot of fun. And then we went over to The Den, I guess was the name of that bar.
Yep.
And that was for, was it Dan Murrell's birthday happened to be that weekend also.
Dan Murrell was
so Dan Murrell from Screen Junkies, he's one of the writers of Honest Trailers. So that was fantastic time. Yeah, I loved being there.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's what I miss.
Those of you who are in the chat or who are familiar with Schmodown, if you're at live events, when live events come back again, I cannot wait to hang out with y'all.
I mean, that'd be nice if it's June, but whenever it happens, like if we don't get to hang out with everybody again till Spectacular,
so be it. But you just know we are chomping at the bit, waiting for that to happen again.
Yeah.
Because
we'll see.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's been some fun stuff in the Schmodown. We'll go ahead and transition to that real quick.
Yep.
We'll cover Schmodown stuff, and then we'll see if there's any final questions and call it a night. But some of the fun stuff that happened in the Schmodown this week, we had Changey versus the Hot Man. And as much as Christian wants to deny the Hot Man being a thing, the Hot Man is a thing.
As much as Christian and Jake Iacovetto.
No, Jake's okay with it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, he kind of has to be. He has no choice on that.
He recently came out and said it was a thing. I think he's just owning it now, which is fine, because everybody else is.
Yeah.
But they were talking on backstage today about Brandon needs to get out of the headspace of the Hot Man and being around having the approval of, I guess, the fans and everything. It's like, and I was thinking, I was like, that's kind of low key telling, like, I'm not gonna put words in Christian's mouth, of course, but it's like low-key for Brandon to be able to get out of that headspace. That means the fans need to just stop calling him the Hot Man, and that's a bit that's not gonna die anytime soon.
Yeah, because now we've actually transitioned to calling him Hot Wonka.
Hot Wonka, exactly.
Which, if you watch the Action Industries, Ben Bateman actually had a different idea of what to use Hot Wonka for.
I think I missed that part.
You did.
Yeah.
So Ben Bateman has suggested to use it as a euphemism
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, you know where that's going.
Oh, buddy. All right.
Which is actually pretty funny if you think of calling that hot Wonka. I can't talk anymore.
You can't talk to begin with. Anyway, so that was a fun match because that's probably one of the more fun recent rivalries that we've seen in the Schmoedown between Chandru and Hot Wonka.
Which that's one of those like it's a rivalry, but at the same time you're like, these guys are just awesome and they're like really cool with each other type of thing. And you're like,
yeah, they're buddies. But at the same time, like there's a lot of talk over kind of like have situations changed a little bit from that match, where you had Hannah, who's been pretty heelish in his attitude and everything going into that match, and you see everything he said on Facebook, Twitter, and all over the place, always calling Chandru out.
Oh, because you have to talk smack on social media. Yeah. You have to.
And Chandru has been like the definition of a face at this point. He's the young innocent one who's coming in and being put into this world full of mean, nasty people, and what is he gonna? How is he gonna work that? Then he wins.
Yeah.
Which, yes, we are talking about spoilers for matches that occurred this last week. They're all free game at this point. We're not talking about the Patreon match that went up yesterday.
No,
we're not talking about that match
because we haven't reacted to it yet.
Sure, go ahead and say that part.
That's fine.
Anyway,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we're not talking about that match. We're not spoiling anything from that match because it's Patreon still. It doesn't air publicly till Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're talking that on SEN or on Backstage today that is Chandru getting a little too big for his britches
by taking on Smets.
No, not even that. But just he's throwing out some solid smack talk back against Hannah after the match was over, and Hannah was like, "Yeah, wasn't my day. It was Chandru's day."
So Chandru has beaten Hannah twice.
Yeah.
So I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a numbers guy, but Chandru's beaten Hannah twice.
Technically, he's earning the ability to talk smack in just the bare bones of it.
And I feel like that just because he's talking smack, I don't feel like that necessarily makes him a heel.
Yeah.
He's just earned that ability.
Well, so a lot of the talk is it's how he's coming across is where the heel discussion is, and I'm so sad that Alex isn't here because when we know her stance on heels and not heels, she doesn't know. If Shannon's
they're
a heel.
Completely weird.
She doesn't know if Shannon's a heel. That's go watch Call to Action if you don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that whole thing, for me, like that's one way to perceive how Chandru was talking there. The other way to perceive, and the way I perceive, is like, look, Brandon's been throwing some smack talk against Chandru for quite a while now. He has been slamming him almost every chance he gets anytime Chandru pops up anywhere. I think Chandru dropping some bombs on him on the back end of their match where Chandru beat him for the second time, I think Chandru's earned the right to do that.
There needs to be, like, essentially the final nail in the coffin.
Which that match pretty much was.
Yeah, I don't know how... Here's the thing. We're about to see... if I'm guessing correctly, we're about to see Corruption versus Founding Fathers...
Well, that one's down the road.
86?
Yeah. That one's down the road.
I mean, at some point, you need to see the final match between two rivals.
Yeah.
And...
I mean, they did that with Top 10 and the Patriots. They faced off against so many times that they did the Top 10 lost. There's no more challenges again.
Yeah. They just need to, like, say, hey, these two teams or these two players will never face each other ever again. And, that's... I mean, I don't know how many more times we could do a Chandru versus Brandon Hannah.
I think you slow it down for a little bit, and then you do like a out of nowhere, like later on down the road, where Brandon's getting on a hot streak and now he has to face Chandru in order to climb back to the top, kind of a thing.
The hot man on a hot streak.
Yeah, that sort of situation where he has to face Chandru if he wants to, have any shot at that belt again, kind of a thing. But yeah, no, we're now in a position though, because Mara was actually just on backstage today, and she was stating, and you have to watch backstage. I'm not gonna step in place and saying, repeating everything that Mara said, because it's very personal stuff. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch backstage on SEN today and kind of listen to what she's saying. She's basically not going to come back for a little bit. Yeah. She's going to come back at some point, just not for a little bit, especially right now due to this whole virus and everything that's out there. It's really pretty much not a good idea for her to leave home.
Yeah.
At all. So that means at this point in time we're not getting Smets versus Mara. But we are getting Smets versus Chandru at some point. That's going to be the title match now that's going to happen.
Which we've already had that before, haven't we?
Yes. And Smets almost lost to Chandru. If he didn't answer his last question, he would have lost to Chandru.
Here's the thing.
Which is huge. It's a huge deal, and that's why Chandru can't be overlooked now.
Here's the thing. From watching how Smets plays, he's just a straight, encyclopedia of inner geekdom knowledge. Yeah. Chandru is really good.
He's turning into that.
He's close to it.
He's getting up there.
And I think it really will come down to just the luck of the questions. Mm-hmm. The thing about that, though, is luck of the questions is what's going to decide a match.
Somewhat.
In that case. That when a match is won just based off of luck of the questions, that's what makes a rematch so much better.
Yeah, so in that situation, a little less so because it is a 5-rounder. So in that point, what you're talking about there, when two competitors just know their stuff like that, what it's going to come down to is who's quicker on the speed round. Yeah. That's basically going to be it. If we are talking that Chandru is in that spot to go up against Smets and he's right up there with Smets, then yeah, that's a speed round. It's going to be a speed round thing. Otherwise,
and Smets is pretty good at the speed rounds.
Smets knows how to do the speed round. It's going to be good. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good matchup, and obviously Chandru wants to win. He wants the belt, but not only is that a title match for Chandru, that's going to be a prove yourself match for Chandru. Yeah, it's going to lock Chandru in the same tier class as a Smets and a Kalinowski and a Cushing.
Yeah,
which would be huge for Chandru.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to look forward to. That was supposed to be in Houston also. That was technically the undercard, which is kind of funny to think about.
Was that made public?
Yeah, they talked about that on Backstage.
That was supposed to be Houston.
Yeah, Christian was going to put that in Houston also. It was going to be that and...
that big of a geek trivia was going to happen in a wrestling ring in Houston.
As an undercard.
To
a guy in
That's a huge... okay, so here's where we're at. The fact that a belt championship match was going to be an undercard. Yeah. Dude, that's... When you've hit that level of being able to create your shows...
Where the storyline-driven fight is the headline and the undercard is a championship. Yeah. Which, that's what... Honestly, that's what the ring in Houston is built for. To do a live event there, you want a storyline-driven main event. That's why Bateman versus Guy was such a good event to have in Houston, because that is the definition of a storyline-driven event, and that's an event that sells tickets. PC donated again. Yep. Santa Monica, yeah. West 4th and Jane is my favorite bar. It's in Santa Monica. Have you guys been to Kohl's since you liked fridge dip sandwiches? Jake was so mad when we were chanting Hot Man in Atlanta. Yeah. That's what I heard. Jake was just fuming in the crowd, which is hilarious. I love Jake, but that's hilarious. Jake's good people though. Have not tried Kohl's. I think when it comes to French dip sandwiches, we're pretty stuck on Philippe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of at this point. It's really hard to divert off that path to try any other fringe dip because, again, we live in Austin. How often do we go to LA? Well, when there's not a virus going around, hopefully it's more than
a couple
once.
of times a year.
Hopefully it'll be a couple times a year, if not more. Once we are able to be in a position to actually compete in the Schmoedown as well.
Yeah.
That means while we're there, we want to go for what we already really like because we don't get to experience that back here. So we might have to take her on her word about this Kohl's.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of places in LA.
We're just gonna have to do a longer time in LA.
We need to do a longer time in LA, and we need to have time where we're going and it's just completely food centered. Because
a whole trip is food centered?
Well, not the whole trip. I mean, we're gonna do videos and stuff.
Hopefully, jump on some stuff with some people.
Here's the thing: we're hoping that we would like to take a trip to LA and hop on
different people's streams,
hang out with them. Yeah, but at the same time, I want to be able to do some of the food places in LA. There's a lot of good LA food places we have not yet hit up.
Experience some of the more niche places in LA that we haven't gotten to check out yet.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some things I want to check out there. Tyler says, I'm going to stick by my dude Smets, but except the Smets. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, love Chandru. Chandru's a great guy.
Yeah.
We were sitting there playing. I think we've even shared this before. We were sitting there at Spectacular. Movie guys to our right, Chandru's over on the left up here behind us, and we're all sitting there playing along with what's going on at the Spectacular. That was a ton of fun. I would do that all the time, every time.
Mm-hmm.
Our channel has been Dungeon Heads first.
I actually kind of wish we were filming that because that was a blast.
Yeah, it was really hard though because it was super dark and we'd have to set up a light and that's kind of weird. Our channel's been Dungeon Heads first. That's why the Dungeon's pretty much the only fan group that we've ever actually really joined. Depending on if and when we get drafted by some other faction.
I mean, if Roxy was to draft us, we'd be the first and foremost fans of the Rockstars Facebook group.
And because you have to. But first and foremost, we've been Dungeon Heads here. We support Smets wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Mostly because both him and his mother are fans of us.
Yes.
And then Kaiser as well. Kaiser's kind of our dude. Love Kaiser. So we got to support those guys every time.
I was going to say, Roxy's mom is not following us and supporting us. So we got to go with where the mothers are supporting us.
Gosh. Anyway. So real quick, I want to touch on the Oyama Roka match.
That was a good match.
Because that was a good match. And this is kind of where I bounced back a little bit on the dungeon talk that I was just saying. First and foremost, dungeon fans, we said this in our reaction video. I low-key actually really like Oyama being with Swag. It is a new Oyama.
It fits.
It's a different Oyama, so it's
your faction that you're part of is named after essentially the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
It makes sense that someone like Oyama, who has been very straight into one specific category, it makes sense if they were to revamp the way he carries himself. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of issues with the way Oyama's character was last season. I will call it from what it seems, it's just a lot of people who...
There's a lot of drama.
A lot of people who just don't understand character versus the actual person.
Maybe they felt like he didn't, or he really didn't, and they were
Yeah.
picking up on it. Either way, there was some drama. There were some issues that were happening last season. Some drama that was being kicked up.
Which I mean, okay, so that makes sense. If we were to start doing these streams and I came out as just a complete Richard about stuff,
big Richard energy,
a giant Richard about stuff, you would probably not think of me too highly.
You need to talk about this real quick. They said that Roxy's mom is no longer with us, so we were not aware of that.
I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was just completely talking in just hypothetical. So I mean, yeah,
that's not in good taste. So
not
be
in
clear
good
about
taste.
this. We
That's
were not
fine.
aware of that.
Yeah.
So apologies on the board there.
Yeah. Most definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I can't get it out of my head.
Yep.
But Oyama came in with this big Richard energy, but that was his character.
Way to move on back to that.
That was a weird transition right there. He came out with this character.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just, I don't know. I guess when you come from the families, it's hard for someone to connect with you, even though for fans of the show who are also fans of the family, you already know what Oyama is coming out with. So you're able to easily follow his character. But a lot of people, I guess, just didn't know what his character was and how he would be coming into the Schmodown. So, yes, this is Big Rick energy. Love it.
Big Rick energy.
So, coming into the Schmodown, I understand why it might be hard for... Essentially, his character was extremely arrogant.
Basically.
And I get that. But I also get the fact that it's a character. It's much like Roka had that issue for a while, especially with Call to Action, that he called people out on stuff,
So
and
more
you're like,
more so it was back towards the beginning when Roka was first coming in and playing up the big character. Him being the first real big, he's gone on the record talking about this. People didn't understand A, what Christian was wanting to do with the league, and then B, what Roka was trying to do within that idea that Christian had for the league. So people weren't quite getting that he was playing a character. They didn't understand the character aspect, and that's where it fell in. Now people are starting to get it a little bit more. What's happening is that you're getting people who, as they've talked about before, aren't actors, fans who are now coming in and they're in the show now, who maybe don't know the finer line between things.
yeah.
And so that's kind of where things have been with Oyama. Parties just mentioned it. Yeah, that post-match scene with Jin was actually kind of is supposed to be what I feel like putting the nail in the coffin to that whole.
Because Jin was pretty hard. Jin Sturger was pretty hard against Oyama.
Yeah, she
during his like big Richard energy phase. I love
This stream is almost over.
Yep. No, we actually got a minute before we have to end it. So that was
was a nice scene to put some things together.
It was a nice denouement, I would say, to ending her interaction with him, and the fact that if she's acknowledged that he's changed and he's become
that was
not necessarily a face, but he's not the heel that he started last season with.
Yeah.
If she can change, we can change, type of thing.
Yeah, that whole thing was and I touched on this on one of Called Action streams in the chat. That is one of those that I think there's a balance between that was a little bit of real life mixed with a little bit of the storyline aspect in the Schmodown, where they took a situation in real life and they're putting to bed that situation in real life by making a small, just brief story element out of it.
Yeah.
But as far as the actual match goes, that was a really good match. I mean, we got to see old Roka, and I don't mean that like old man Roka, because that's what everybody goes after, but I mean like the old Roka, like really kind of on fire in that match. And I joke about this because we did the reaction to it, and we were saying Roka's going to have that fire, he's going to have that energy because he just saw his teammate Dan win the belt back from Ben, and so he's got that fire from his teammate. It turns out that they filmed it before that match, so
Yeah.
Because Ben was walking out with the belt. So I was like, well, that kind of doesn't really. For the story of how the show works, yeah, he had the fire because he just saw Dan win the belt back. But yeah, it was a really good match. I think that's it is telling to see where's Roca gonna go. I want to see. So first of all, we got Roca going up against Ethan Irwin here pretty soon.
That's gonna be a good match.
I hope pretty soon.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks.
I can't remember if that one was filmed or not yet. I don't know. But either way, I want him to beat Ethan Irwin just because I want to see another Roca versus Merle, which I think will be fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ben was just carrying it for his faction friend. Oh, yeah, because that's what. Okay, so that's what Christian was saying at the beginning of that video. Is like, hey, if Ben's walking out with the belt, he's just carrying it for Dan.
Okay, so there's your okay. Uh-huh. There's your plausible deniability, basically.
Got it.
Yeah, okay, that fits. That works.
Anyway, so.
By the way, so here we are. We're about to end this stream, and I just noticed this stream has not been brought to you today by Nike.
Oh, did you not realize that you didn't put a shirt on over that?
Yeah.
This whole time?
Well, no, I knew I was going essentially shirtless.
Super casual.
Yeah, super casual. Y'all have never seen me without a collared button-down shirt on.
Hey, you smuggling some Tic Tacs there, my friend?
You can't see that. It's a black shirt. What? Why are you looking at my nipples?
They're looking at me.
There's a hashtag. Why are you looking at my nipples? So...
Please don't.
Please don't hashtag that. That's not what I need this channel be known for.
It's about that time.
That's gonna do it for this week. We're going over a couple of minutes over.
Quick. Nothing more at Streamlabs. Okay, we're good.
We're good? Alright, so that's gonna do it for this episode. This was a lot of fun.
God save us
Here's
all.
the thing. When we get into these where there's not really much movie news to talk about and we're just kind of like shooting this here, I kind of like the fact that these are fun episodes. Last week was great. Wow.
This is why I never
Garth, really.
This is why I never want Garth to leave.
Hashtag nipples. So, this has been a blast episode. I think we've had some fun here. Good conversation. Make sure y'all follow
Kelsey
us.
wants to know if we can call White Claw for a call to action. Because we got Nike to sponsor us.
I mean...
I'll tell you what, we'll be probably drinking some White Claw during their 1K celebration on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. There is the 1K celebration. It's also a anniversary for them on Saturday. Apparently, there's going to be a massive live stream. I'm going to call it massive because we haven't been in talks with them yet exactly as what's going to happen.
There's going to be some Big Richard energy happening on that
There's going to be some Big Richard energy happening on that live stream. So... make sure y'all go over to Call to Action Podcast, like, comment, subscribe to their videos, because there's going to be some good things happening, especially this weekend. So go over there, help them out with that. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some hand in the celebration of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
figure it out. We'll see what we do. Have some fun.
So that's going to be great. Go over, if anyone's watching this, most everyone in the chat is already familiar with the Movie Trivia Schmodown. If you're watching this on a replay for some weird reason, I guess,
People will watch this video on a replay. What do you mean some weird reason?
This early in our YouTube career
people will watch it.
Go over to the Schmodown Entertainment Network. Like, comment, subscribe over there. If you like movie trivia, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Anyways, he took my alcohol away.
For good reason.
Yeah. For us, make sure you follow us Twitter, Instagram. We are at Cinefanatics MLP. On Facebook, and I need to get better at this, but join us on our Facebook group. We are at facebook.com/ Really? You're going to do it on a live stream too?
Don't stop calling it out.
Facebook.com/groups/Cinefanatics. Make sure you follow us over there as we update that. I promise I will get better at our social media as well.
Promises.
Yeah, okay.
I keep promising that I'm going to get the PayPal up on the Streamlabs. We'll see if we can actually follow
you keep
through
promising you're going to work on your Letterboxd account
I've
too.
never promised that.
Oh, okay. Make sure you follow both of us at our Twitter accounts that are down below here. Or however this one, I don't know. These pointy things. I feel like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz where he's like, people generally just go both ways. Take that however you want it to mean. Make sure you follow us on all of those as we continue to... Wow, that was just weird. Yeah, that's Robert Adams.
Oh, look at my arm.
It's like a completely different color. Wow, that's just weird.
Yeah, that's a different camera and different lens.
Yeah. Anyways, follow us on all of those.
Wrap it up.
It'll be a lot of fun. Make sure you hit subscribe. The subscribe button down below this video.
There's no one above my head this time.
There's not.
No.
Because I'm not adding that card to this.
Nope.
But I guess hit that bell if you want to be notified. We do this Schmodown
What do you
video. I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. It's been 2 hours.
We have a bunch of videos that we do on this channel. Usually when there's movies, we'll do reviews. When there's movie trailers, we'll do trailer reactions. When there's Schmodown, we'll do Schmodown. Just follow us, guys. Subscribe. At least you'll be notified when we're doing this every week because
hit the bell.
We are doing this every single week.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yes, hit the bell. We'll be doing this every single week. And hopefully at some point we'll start talking about movies again, or be able to talk about movies. So this will be fun. We'll probably do another Q&A next week, depending on whether or not any movie news comes out over across this next week.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's not much.
We're just gonna do hangout chats going forward for a little bit. That's pretty much what we're gonna be doing. So drag that bell across your face. Dang it, Garth. Anyway,
wow.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call it. That's gonna be it for us tonight. Go ahead and hit that beautiful bean footage.
I love that phrase. Anyways, that's gonna do it for tonight. We hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. Please make sure you join us next Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Central Time for the tagline.
We'll talk about something.
Yep, and that's going to do it for tonight. Y'all have a great evening. Go over and check out Video Drew's live stream of Cinema Bias.
Stay safe, wash your hands, stay isolated.